All right. Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome back to That Don't Romance Me Much. I'm Jane.
And I'm Amy.
And today we're going to be talking about The Roommate by Rosie Danan. Is that her
Yeah, I
name?
don't know how you actually say it, but
Danan, maybe.
sure. You probably should have Googled it before.
Yeah, Danan, however you say it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just jump right in. Amy, can you give us a synopsis of
I was hoping that you would be willing to give this.
Okay, I can try and give the synopsis. So basically, there's this really waspy girl named Clara who's from Greenwich, Connecticut, who follows all the rules and never does anything for herself. And she's also very sexually repressed, I would say. And she, spur of the moment, decides to follow her childhood crush to Los Angeles, across the country from her family. And the second she gets there, her childhood crush, who never really gave any shits about her, it seems, decides to leave LA to go on tour with his band and finds a roommate to take his place in the house that they were supposed to share. And so then Josh, the main love interest, is the roommate, and he and Clara. Did I say her name was Clara? Her name is Clara.
It's Clara.
They start to get to know each other, and things turn from friendly to more than friends, and happily ever after. The twist here is that Josh is a porn star, a very popular porn star, and Clara is very worried about her image and like causing her family scandals. So her dating a porn star is, like that's kind of the conflict, I would say.
But it's very interesting because I feel like that was a good summary.
Okay.
I feel like it's kind of weird because they literally never really even touch on how her family reacts to this at all.
Yes, I know. Like her family. Okay, yeah, I guess we're gonna just jump in now to our feelings about this plot. I had the same thought. Like her family, we don't see any members of her family. We just we talk about it.
Aunt.
Oh yeah, we see her aunt who had gotten excommunicated from the family for causing a scandal previously. But she talks about her mother all the time, and we never even like hear a phone conversation between her and her mother.
One phone call.
We hear Clara's side of being like, yeah, Mom, I'm fine. And Josh is like, why is Clara acting so weird? And that's about it.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Yes, I do feel like her family loomed very large for somebody who was literally never talked about at all. I mean, or never talked to at all. And also, like, did it really matter so much? Like, I found the scandal thing very silly. Like, I feel like if my family had excommunicated somebody, I'd be like, maybe there's a problem with my family, not with this person who's been excommunicated.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I don't want to jump ahead to talking about Clara, but that was a big part of my problem with Clara in general, was that she cared a lot about this stuff that I just wouldn't care about, and felt this really strong need to follow all these rules, even though they made her very unhappy. And I don't relate to it, and I don't get it. So
yeah, she was very rule driven in a weird way.
Yeah. Okay, but let's not talk too much about her right now. We're still talking about the plot. So another thing that, like, on the same vein of her family not being featured, I also thought it was weird. I guess she had to wrap up the childhood crush thing, but I thought it was weird that at the end she had to go see the childhood crush and like finally confront him instead of confronting her family. Like, I definitely thought it was going to be her confronting her family.
I didn't think about that she should have confronted her family, but I feel like now that you're saying that, I'm like, of course she should have confronted her family. That feels like the obvious answer and like much more valuable to like her whole life than this random guy that I don't know. I personally always have a little bit of trouble with like I've been obsessed with this person my entire life, but now magically I'm just over them. There's no baggage and it's totally fine. And like, I'm just done with it. I feel like that is always a little bit, I'm skeptical.
Yeah. I'm also very skeptical. I mean, I did think it was good that they finally had that confrontation, and you know, he basically admitted like, I knew how you felt about me. I just didn't want to lose you as a friend, so I never could, you know, said anything. Which I thought that was good for him to get off his chest. It had nothing really to do, I guess, with
right. It was not like so helpful for her, I feel like.
Yeah.
I also feel like she like didn't really seem that hung up on him. Like she seemed sad for a very short period of time. Maybe like I felt like she was just like embarrassed that he left. Not like wasn't like sad to not see him.
Yes.
Which I thought was weird.
I also thought that was weird. Like there was not for her to choose, for the author to choose to have this be like the conflict resolution climax of the book. There should have been more throughout the book of her being like, oh, but what you like,
yes,
her kissing Josh or like having feelings for Josh and then being like, oh, but what about Everett?
Right.
You know, there was no conflict.
Right. She did not seem to think about him at all.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty much immediately.
Right. And then I also didn't really think about him. And then all of a sudden she was there seeing him. And I was like, this was confusing to me because I didn't think you cared about him anymore.
Yes.
So, I agree. That was a weird part.
Yeah. But I will say the idea of the male character being a porn star, like that was an interesting plot twist. And that is basically what kept me reading. Even though I don't feel like it was done really that well.
Why not? Do you want to elaborate or no?
I guess like I mean, obviously I don't know that much about the porn industry and I don't know, you know, what it's really like, but I felt like there were some like rose-colored glasses on it in this book.
It feels that way.
And just like, I don't know, his whole arc of like him not talking to his family because he was embarrassed about what he does, but he's actually really proud about what he does. I just didn't.
Yeah, I felt like his resolution with his family is also super weird because apparently he just didn't talk to them for 2 years because they got grumpy at him like for like 30 seconds. I thought that was insane.
I also thought that was insane.
And it sounds like he was like
number and he changed his address and it's like, what?
Yeah, that was like crazy person behavior. And they didn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
They just, that was very strange. So the other part that we didn't really say in the summary is that they start a like business with his ex-girlfriend to like, I don't quite get what it was. Like he narrated ways to like have better sex with your girlfriend or something. I don't like, I'm still very confused about like, is it it's not porn, I don't think, but
I think it is porn. I think it is porn, but it's like instructional porn.
Okay.
That's what I got out of that.
Okay, I guess that's probably
because they hired a whole bunch of actors to like act out the things.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's a good mission. Like, I think, you know, sex positivity is a good mission. And that was also something that was very heavy-handed in this book. But I think that is a good mission. It's just, I don't know.
Also,
the other thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No,
go ahead. Mine is about a character, so I'll wait till you.
Okay, mine is maybe about a character, but the book starts off with Clara being like, "I'm an artist, but I'm too shy or like scared to put myself out there as an artist," and then decides that she wants to run this porn website, and that's her like life. All of a sudden, that's like her life dream, and I'm just like, "What about your art?"
She did. She designed the logo.
She designed the logo. Okay, good enough, I guess.
As long as you can design a logo for them. Yeah, I feel like that was like they're like, oh yeah, and Clara like got to like really utilize her art skills to define this. Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. I mean, I do like if you have apparently as much money as she had and you can just invest in these random porn startups, like great for you, like go for it. But I do agree that it's very weird to like be like, this is like apparently her live stream. Also, if she was so weird about sex for so long, like which I felt like she just did a really quick turnaround, I guess, on porn in general.
Yes, I agree.
Should we talk about characters or do you have more about the plot?
I feel like I have so much to say about the plot.
Okay, well, we can talk more about the
plot. Okay. The other thing that I just wanted to mention is that she also has this fear of driving. So she moves from New York City, where she never has to drive, to LA, which is obviously a very car-heavy city. And people keep asking her, like, what was your plan here? And she, like, first of all, she shows up to LA with like a laminated list of like to do things, but then people are like, what was your plan about driving? And she doesn't have an answer.
I think she was trying to get like Everett to drive her everywhere or something. I thought that was the plan.
That was the plan?
I don't know. I don't know.
Have him be her personal driver? What, and be completely dependent on this guy? Like, what kind of plan is that?
I don't know. It's a bad plan. It's a bad plan to move to LA to like live in the same house, not be with the person that you've had a crush on, but just to live in the same house as them. That's a bad plan.
Yeah. And also, I just felt like the like woman being a bad driver or like uncomfortable driving kind of like negated a lot of the like, you know, feminist aspects of the porn stuff to me. It's like, oh, why can't you just be confident in getting herself from point A to point B? Like, why is this part of the thing?
Yeah. I mean, it's also interesting because I feel like a lot of like positivity in porn also like comes from the male main character more than like comes from Josh more than Clara.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not all the time, but like definitely some of the time. Like Josh is like, I won't. This is what I was gonna say, that it's a character thing, but I'm just now. But where he's like, I won't do any porn unless it's like great for the woman or whatever, and which is like great. Like if you have a voice that you can use, like use your voice, of course. But I don't know, it's a book, and so like somebody else could have a voice because it's a book. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's move on to characters.
Okay, great. So I mean, we've already talked a little bit about Clara. I know you weren't a fan. I think she bothered me less than she bothered you. I think I in general liked the book probably more than you did, but I think she bothered me less than she bothered you. I felt like this way a little bit with both of them. Like, I still don't really feel like I knew their personalities by the end of it. And I feel like that's kind of like the thing where she just like all of a sudden is into this porn business, like super gung ho, but then also she's in PR, which I also kind of forgot about because it was like not like, I don't know, it's just very like, I just felt like neither of them were like, I felt like I had a lot of good bones. I would read her second book for sure, but I feel like it just needed more. Like it felt like we were missing on the character development.
Yeah. I totally agree. And like maybe I should save this for when we talk about writing, but I do feel like it was so clear that this was a first novel, you know, like it totally had good bones and good ideas, and like she definitely tried to get these ideas across. They just didn't land super well, I would say. But yeah, okay, going back to Clara, my thoughts on Clara. I felt she was so boring. I feel like we did get to know her and she was just so boring. She was literally just a repressed wasp from Greenwich, Connecticut, who learns how to like come out of her shell a little bit, basically.
Yeah.
But she was not interesting at all.
Huh?
I didn't find her interesting at all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, yes, I don't know. I feel like that's not such an uncommon trope in romances, right? But I feel like she was like missing like kind of the hook or like whatever, something that like made her a little bit more like hating her family, and that's why she moved to LA. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. What about Josh?
Josh, when you said the thing about like I don't feel like I got to know these characters really that well, that I immediately was like, oh yeah, Josh. Like I don't even really know what his personality is aside from being really into sex and really into pleasing women during sex. Like that's the only personality that I know. Yeah.
Right. I agree. He also has an ex-girlfriend that I think he wasn't that into, I guess, or like they were like into each other like physically but not emotionally. I feel like I don't know. I agree. I feel like we did not get to know Josh that much, but can I talk about their relationship now? Can we?
Yeah, sure.
So but so anyway, so their relationship, I feel like it just, I don't know, like I feel like there was no like I'm not articulating well at all, but just didn't like I feel like it's the same thing. We didn't get to know them. Like I feel like I wanted to want them to be together, but it really I didn't feel the tension, I guess, is how I will put it. Like I just didn't feel like they needed to be together. I didn't really understand why like his ex-girlfriend wasn't the one, but she was the one. Like what was their relation? I don't know. How did you feel?
That is a good point of like why wasn't the ex-girlfriend the one?
I mean, I think she wasn't like into it, I guess.
Yeah, she wasn't open. She wasn't really open to something like that. But yeah, I think, you know, in terms of like what they get out of the relationship, he probably got, you know, she pushed him, I feel like the same way that Clara probably pushes him.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't know. I did think they were cute together, and there definitely was sexual tension. There was a lot of sexual tension. A lot of people kept saying this book is so steamy. I didn't actually find it to be that steamy between the two.
This is a note of something to talk about.
Okay.
I feel like they like talked about sex a lot, but they did not have like out of the ordinary sex, more sex. Like I didn't feel like there's anything that made it different than any other romance novel in terms of sex.
Yeah, it was. I didn't really find it to be particularly steamy. I think they have sex 2 times.
Twice. Okay.
In the book.
Yeah.
One time is like in a hallway in an office building, so that's a little bit. That is kind of like steamy, but
yeah.
I don't know. I guess this also goes back to the writing. Like I didn't feel like those scenes were really written very well, so it was hard for me to even like understand what was happening. Mm-hmm. And so it definitely like ruined some of the steaminess for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to say about their relationship. I do feel like they should have been together at the end.
I mean, I guess you're right. I think maybe I'm like being too harsh, but I did, like I said, I don't know. I feel like this is the second one that we've done of these where I'm just like, here are all my problems. But I still enjoyed reading and I still wanted to keep reading. But I don't know. I just like wanted their relationship to feel a little bit different. I don't know. Like I wanted them to have a little bit more reason. Also, like, why does he want to be with her so bad?
Yeah.
He's kind of a dud, and apparently he's like so attractive that everybody wants to like have sex with him.
Yeah. Another thing, just going back to the plot, was one of the conflicts at the end was that she was like, you're in the porn industry and I'm not okay with being with someone who's like going to be sleeping with all these other people. And then
did you say that? I did not remember that coming up at all.
I don't know that she said it explicitly, but that was said.
I thought he was worried that she would feel this way, but she didn't seem to care.
Okay, so in the end, it's hard for me to remember. I do feel like I kind of just like blocked this from my mind after I read it. In the end, does he go back to having sex with other people?
I don't think they touch on it. I feel like this is another issue that they probably should have talked about.
Okay, so what I remember is that he becomes like a special witness
Oh,
for the DA to like prosecute corruption in porn,
right.
which I don't know if that's a job
I don't
really,
know if that's
but
either. I guess I just like assumed that he kept doing porn.
okay. I assume that he did the narration part of the
Mhm.
website, but I assume that he stopped having sex with other people.
I don't know. I don't think they say it explicitly, but I did think, I know you're saying they talked about it, but I really don't think that they talked about it. And I thought that was surprising for somebody who has like traditionally been in monogamous relationships to not like not even talk about it is very interesting. Like,
Yes.
it's fine if she's fine with it, but you should talk about it.
Exactly. Like that would have been so it like if she is fine with it and he does go back to making porn, like yes, let us know that. Like that is a really interesting way to end your book. And yeah, you didn't even touch on it. But I'm pretty sure that we're supposed to get the idea that he doesn't. He narrates, but he doesn't actually participate.
Okay. Interesting.
I think is what we're supposed to get out of it.
Okay.
But if that is what we're supposed to get out of it, then she should have gone the other way, I feel like, and been like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like that is, I mean, I've never been in a relationship with a porn star, but I feel like that's probably something that kind of like comes with the territory, right?
Yes.
And something you have to get okay with if you're going to keep dating them while they're still a porn star.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we talk about, oh, sorry, we're going to say something else?
I was just going to say that, like, I feel like this is a hard topic for a debut novel.
Yeah.
You know, a big, hard topic to tackle.
But I mean, I feel like it's really like a fun and interesting topic, and I don't know, and definitely very different, which I liked a lot.
Yeah, definitely very different.
I also was gonna say I mean, this is kind of plot, I guess, but I feel like the first time they like have sex or like start, like, I don't know if they like fully have sex, but is like he's like doing her a favor, kind of like this is what, and I thought that was a fun, I liked that. I don't know, I thought that was a good like start to their like physical relationship.
Yeah, I thought that was a good start to their physical relationship too.
Yeah. Okay, do you have more to say about writing?
We've
already touched on it, but
yeah, I feel like we've already touched on that a bunch.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, how much special sauce did you think that it had?
I don't know. I think the like whole porn thing did give it a bunch of special sauce. So I don't know, like three or four special sauce stars.
I feel like for me, it had at least 4 special sauce stars, maybe 5. I like really wanted to keep reading it. Yeah. And I thought it was really, I did think it was fun, even though I feel like we've been like kind of like,
yeah, well, because I don't feel like I liked it really that much at all.
Okay, I definitely liked it. It was not like my next new favorite novel, but I definitely did like it.
Yeah. I don't know that I would recommend this to someone.
I feel like if you've read all of the other good romance novels, then you should read this one.
Okay, yeah. If you literally have no other books to read, and
no,
that's
not what I mean. But like, I feel like if you read like the best romance novels, and you're like, what would be another one that like is fun? Like, I feel like this is in like the like spectrum of good romance novels. Like, here are the really bad ones. Here are the really good ones. And I feel like this one is like, and then there's some like, I feel like this one's like here.
Okay. See, I feel like my spectrum is maybe different because the ones that are really bad, that know that they're really bad and they like own it, I feel like can be judged against the good ones in the same way, you know? Like my spectrum is like folded in half.
Like, can I making any example of one that knows that it's bad?
Well, okay, I kind of feel like the one we're currently reading, which is Real Fake Love by Pippa Grant. Like, I think she wasn't setting out to write like the next amazing romance novel. I think she was just like, I have this series, I need to write another book in the series. And so like I judge that one less harshly because it knows what it's supposed to be than somebody who's trying to do something really good but failing at it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, but I don't agree.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. So overall, do you want to give a star rating or?
Yeah, I think we should give an overall star rating.
Okay.
What's
I feel
yours?
like mine was 4 stars, but like probably like a 3.5 to 4.
Okay. Mine is a 3. And I feel like the more we talked about it, the more that I'm thinking about it, the less I really want to give it. Yeah. So,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. So anything else that you want to say about it or?
The only thing I want to say is that we only listened to the audiobook version of this. We did not read the book. And so when we were talking about the steamy parts being hard to kind of follow, like that could have been the fact that it was the audiobook. But the male narrator of the audiobook, we really liked him. I'm pretty sure he read the Bromance Book Club books.
Okay, yeah.
So
I liked him a lot.
Yeah. The female one, I don't think I really cared either way for her.
Okay, so what are you? Yeah, I feel like I didn't have any feelings really about her. So, okay, what are you currently reading?
I just started the Nice Girls Don't Have Fangs book by Molly Harper. It's the first in the Jane Jameson series, or the Half Moon Hollow. I don't know. I'm not sure what the series is called actually.
And are you listening to audio?
I'm listening to audio, but I did buy us the Kindle version so we can switch back and forth.
Great.
And highlight things. That's the main thing. And we can highlight things. I've only listened to like 20 minutes of it thus far, and I've already laughed out loud multiple times.
Oh, yay. So, okay, I was just about to ask if you think we're gonna like it, but that makes me excited.
Yeah. It's very Molly Harper.
I feel like that's exactly what I'm in the mood to read right now.
Okay, great.
I'm reading Real Fake Love, which we talked about a little bit, by Pippa Grant. I'm like, I think I have like an hour left, so I'll finish tonight, but I'll definitely finish probably tomorrow morning, or well, maybe not tomorrow morning, but
I want to talk about that now because I finished it last night.
Well, I'm not done with it, so I can't. There's big moment. Well, I don't know if it's the big moment, but something major just happened, and then I had to go get Harriet, my daughter, from daycare, and apparently the only pair of headphones we have in our, and I was walking, so I had 40 minutes probably total to listen to this book, and the only pair of headphones that we own is in Colin's car 30 minutes away. Why do we only own one pair of headphones?
Yeah, why do you only own one pair of headphones? Why didn't you just stop at a CVS and buy some headphones?
It didn't occur to me to do that. But maybe I will. I was came home and I was I'm buying us some more headphones, because I probably would have finished it by now if we had done that.
Yeah.
If I had done that.
You could also just listen to it on speaker.
I did think about that.
I've definitely done that before, but not for an extended walk, only.
I mean, it's 15 minutes. I'd say it's 15 minutes each way.
Okay.
So I don't know. I just felt a little awkward, so I didn't do that.
That's fair.
But it did occur to me that was my best option. CVS probably would have been a smarter option, but oh well.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thank